It's easy to tell dahlias apart when they're in full bloom like this, but pretty soon the frost is going to come. All the flowers will turn brown and you won't be able to tell them apart. And the tubers will all look alike, just like this. So before that happens, let's make some tags with some items that you have around the house that we can attach to the base of the plants so that when it comes time to dig them, you'll have them all identified and ready to sort and store for winter. Because after all, it's pretty hard to tell these apart. We've had an amazing season with our dahlias this year. The weather has been perfect up until last week when it started to rain like crazy. And a lot of the dahlias have started to fall. So in preparation for digging them out, because we are going to dig them all out, we want to tag them so that as we store them over the winter and when we pull them out in the spring, we'll know what kind each dahlia is. So we're just going to make a really easy way to identify our dahlias using recycled materials or materials that would otherwise end up in the landfill. And so all you need is some milk jugs and some scissors, a hole punch, and some baling twine again. And I'm going to show you how you can make a really easy way to label your dahlias. So you can stick the label on the stalk right now while the blooms are still there so you can identify them. So that when the first frost hits and all the blooms turn brown and you can't identify them anymore, you still have the tag to identify them. And we're just going to start cutting kind of oval shaped strips. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'll just shape it, smooth the edges because the edges can get quite sharp, and then I'll do the same for this. Next thing you're going to do, hole punch a hole like that. And the size of the tag, it depends what you're going to write on the tag. I put codes. I don't actually write the whole name of the tuber on the tag. I just write a code. So I don't really need really huge tags, but if you want to write the whole name, then you can make a larger tag. So today is Dahlia Labeling Day, and we have to label all the dahlias that we have in the ground. There are over 90 different kinds. I'm not the most organized person. Okay, I'm the least organized person. So it's really important to label them accurately. We've got our different colored baling twine, some scissors. We've got all the tags from all the dahlias we have in the ground, plus pictures of the rest of the dahlias that we don't have tags for. We also use a book to record all of the codes, the dahlia codes. We're going to need a Sharpie, a pen, the milk carton, the milk jug labels that we just made, and some more baling twine. Now on our farm, we use our own codes for the dahlia tubers. We don't use the names because sometimes they don't come with names. So in this case, we have 904 SCL. The 9 is the color code, 04 is a number, the SC stands for semi-cactus, and the L stands for large. And in the book, we also include the name of the tuber if we know the actual name, and then information about the size and anything else that's relevant. So this is going to take probably all day, so here we go. There are probably as many theories as to when you should pull up your dahlias as there are varieties of dahlias. We like to keep ours in the ground as long as we can. So for today, we're just trimming the bottom branches. Well, right now you can see the base and you know where to attach the tag. If you don't know the names of the tubers that you have, then what I like to do is lay one of everything out and start assigning codes to them. And laying them all out like this helps to, well, you can take pictures of them, and so that in April when you can't remember anything, you won't get something like this confused because they're two different dahlias. But if you have the tag beside the flower in the picture, there'll be no confusion. That looks like that one right there. So now I know exactly what tag I'm looking for. Okay, well this might be a little overboard, but as well as assigning our own color code system to our dahlias, we also use color coordinated recycled baling twine, and it just helps us identify color at a glance. All right. We're we're gonna start right here and get these guys here done. Oh, are you guys gonna help me? All right, well, I need to tag these dahlias. At the end of the season, all that really matters is that we can tell which tuber is which. Not necessarily what their names are, but just that we can tell them apart. This way we'll know which ones we want to keep and which ones we can sell. Now that all of our dahlias are tagged, we can take a bit of a breather and just enjoy the rest of the season, knowing that when that first frost hits any day now and all these beautiful blooms turn brown, that each and every one of the stalks has been tagged and we're going to know the variety of every one of them. Up next is going to be digging and dividing dahlias, but let's hope that we have a couple more weeks with these beautiful blooms.